On the topic, we have Einar Tangen, who is the political and economic affairs commentator, joining us live from Beijing. Thank you for joining us. Let's start with this question. Why is China launching this One Belt, One Road Index? Is this about trying to get more funding for the project?
Good morning, Karina. Good evening, Karina. Yes, absolutely. This is a coordinated push. In addition to the $40 billion that they put into the Silk Road Fund, this is an effort to show that there's a coordinated approach to funding these AIIB, not only AIIB, but other entities can fund these actual projects themselves. Not only the projects in terms of infrastructure, but all the add-on projects that will be coming as part of this.
Now, there's going to be 52 Shanghai-listed companies which have businesses related with the initiative. Those 52 companies are in the index, and they include big names. We mentioned PetroChina and China Railway Corporation. So the fact that they're now part of this index, how do you expect these shares to perform?
I expect them to perform long term, but there's a lot of intermediate risk in terms of actual execution. I mean, China faces a huge task. This is the largest infrastructure investment initiative since the Second World War and the Marshall Plan. So there's going to be some hiccups along the road, but those companies which are ideally positioned to provide services, materials, they will do very, very well.
You say in the long term. What is the short-term risk, though?
Short-term risk is all about execution. When these things go through, you have a little bit of political risk in terms of the different countries. Remember, you're talking about 26 countries that are in this belt. If any one of them becomes a problem, there are some redundancies in there, but if there's enough issues that crop up, then it could hold things up. There's also, when you're dealing in construction projects in different countries, you have to keep a very wary eye on cost overruns and making sure that everything goes according to plan.
Now, there are some reports that are suggesting that countries as far away as in South America are responding to the initiative and seem to be interested. Is there any possibility of them joining the project?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, not directly. They're not connected through the overland route, but by having an access from both coasts with this ambitious new rail linking the interiors to the eastern coasts, and also having the ability to ship west and into Europe and then by train to China, this will greatly reduce the amount of time, especially for perishable goods. You know, South America is hoping to open up a new front in terms of their agriculture, and this could be a very, very important trade route for them. Plus the fact that it's redundant, it gives both sides.
Right. Okay, and then earlier this month, Hungary became the first European country to sign a cooperation agreement for China's new so-called Silk Road, and Poland is supposed to sign it too. Do you think there'll be more European countries that will follow suit in the next few months?
Yeah, I think you're going to see a strong response from Eastern Europe as they go in, and then following into Europe itself. I mean, there's a lot of momentum going for China right now. I mean, you were discussing earlier the fact that Australia has joined the AIIB. These are all infrastructure projects which are aimed at increasing the efficiency of existing markets rather than just developing new ones. So I think this is going forward a very, very strong approach that China is using, and it will attract a lot of followers as it already has.
And who does it benefit more? I mean, can you quantify that? Can you say is it more in China's interest or more in these European countries' interest, or is it sort of mutually beneficial?
Well, it's a win-win scenario, quite frankly. I mean, the days of seeing this as a zero sum are over, and I think from a lot of geopolitical stances, countries, especially in the U.S., we have to get over this idea that China is the new Rome, that all roads lead to Rome. This is an opportunity for us. The Chinese market and eventually the Indian market will open up new vistas for our companies. We need to export goods, and these are ready-made markets with the largest populations in the world. We need to be there.
Thank you so much. That was Einar Tangen, political and economic affairs commentator in Beijing. Have a great day.